Kia ora tātou, nau mai, mihi mai, haere mai, ki te whakarongo mai, and a very, very warm welcome to everyone here on what is a very, very significant and important day. It's very heartwarming to see all the family and friends and everyone here today. A huge thank you for coming. A big thank you to Eden Park, first and foremost, but also, more importantly, the mana whenua, having us here on this special moment in history. I am tasked with some housekeeping, emergency exits out the back, down the stairs, likewise with the bathrooms, and just a reminder, it's a non-smoking and non-vaping venue, but I'm not anticipating any problems with that today. It's an absolute privilege to be here in part of naming the team to represent Aotearoa, New Zealand, at our home FIFA Women's World Cup, kicking off in 20 days. 20 days, it's hard to say that and believe it, that it is 20 days. It was just over 3 years ago today that we were announced as co-hosts to the Women's World Cup, although it does seem like only yesterday that we were stayed up all night through a lockdown to find out we'd won the bid and been awarded joint hosting rights for the FIFA Women's World Cup. The memory is etched in my brain. I'm sure Erin, Flea, Wilkie and others who are in Auckland remember it strongly. Likewise with Stoddy, who took one for the team and celebrated with the Aussies. In the true spirit of Trans-Tasman collaboration for what is an event that is enormous, the biggest sporting event that this country has ever hosted, may ever host. And I think that's not lost on this room, but New Zealanders are still waking up to that fact. The tournament is a game changer for New Zealand, and the whole football community and the country are behind the team for you to have the best ever tournament. I want to express a huge congratulations to the 23 players named today, as well as acknowledge all of the other players who contributed to the build-up, the lengthy build-up to the tournament, especially the last 2 months in Auckland, where we've had a bit of rain. Whether you're in your first World Cup or your fifth, it's a massive honour and achievement to wear the fern for our country on the global stage. I want to recognise particularly family and friends who have been able to make it here today, and including those who are here in spirit or could not make it today. Outside of the players themselves, there are a huge number of people who contribute to a player's development pathway. But I've always personally believed that family and friends closest to them are the ones that provide the most important support network. The ones that are often the inspiration, the ones that get the footballers to be where they are today, the ones who provide the resilience, the perseverance and ambition that makes them part of something much, much bigger. I think it's really critical as well to acknowledge the more than 200 Ferns now that have represented New Zealand from the start of our women's national team in 1975 up to today. Many of the former Ferns are here today, and it is fantastic to see the growing connection between the different generations of players. All of those players have contributed to a legacy of the game in this country which will continue to grow and is getting bigger and bigger and brighter and brighter. And on that moment, I did want to acknowledge our former Fern, Nora Watkins, Fern number 11, who passed away recently, part of the 1975 team that won the Asian Cup and was also our first national team coach, female national team coach, leading the team against Australia in 1995. When we first won the right to co-host this tournament 3 years ago, we were in the middle of COVID. There were no crowds allowed in stadiums and international travel was banned. We are now 20 days away from some of the biggest ever football crowds the world has ever seen, certainly that New Zealand has ever seen. And 20 days from now, this stadium will be sold out with 45,000 fans, and the opportunity at our feet is limitless. This is going to be an amazing event, and we encourage all of New Zealand to get on board and enjoy the upcoming Festival of Football. Finally, I did want to also acknowledge a few of the commercial partners in the room today: Go Media, Sky, Nike, Ford. Part of our role is to ensure we can build a sustainable national teams program for all of our national teams that enables us to not play in every international window, but brings the team home regularly and builds the brand of our national teams. All of these partners are a critical part of that ambition and is enabling this to happen. Simon Rutherford, Managing Director of Ford, has partnered with us in that regard, but also in bringing a big part of the legacy in the Ford Coach Mentorship Program, Women in Leadership Programs, and many, many more parts of our legacy program that have been delivered for the last couple of years and will be delivered for the next 5 years. And on that note, I'd like to welcome him to the stage to just say a few words.
Well, what a fantastic opportunity to be here on such an amazing occasion, on the eve of one of the world's biggest sporting events. Really is really exciting, and particularly for our Ford football Ferns. I just wanted to, don't worry, I haven't got a long speech, but I did want to talk a little bit about why we got involved and how important it is to us. And the background to that. So as you know, Ford have had a long history with sport in New Zealand. We continue to support rugby, we continue to support cricket, we support hockey, and we support women's football. And we made a deliberate choice. It was intentional. We see the level of work going in and perhaps sometimes the underdogs in terms of funding in the women's game. And we really wanted to help by correcting that, because we recognise it doesn't matter whether you're male or female. To achieve at this level, you have to work really, really hard. You have to be committed. So why shouldn't there be the same sort of support coming through as the men enjoy? So we're really, really pleased about that. We're really excited about having such a fantastic event. I remember watching the last World Cup, Women's World Cup, and I think the quality of football that we will see will astound. It's such a different atmosphere to what you'll see in other tournaments. You get, families, you get engagement. The atmosphere is fantastic. So I think it's something that we will celebrate at Ford. I think that the country can celebrate, and it's a real opportunity to bring people together. But at the centre of it will be our Ford football Ferns, and we wish them the best of luck. So thank you very much for the opportunity to talk to you, and look forward to seeing you around the tournament.
The next speaker needs no introduction, but I'd like to welcome to the stage, or if we could all welcome to the stage, our head coach, Jitka Klimková.
Thank you, Andrew. Kia ora, everyone. I am so impressed about the interest, how much you are interested in this squad announcement. And honestly, these young women deserve huge attention. So thank you for coming. And I have the privilege to announce the roster of 23 players who are going to represent New Zealand at the home World Cup. But before that, I think it would be a great opportunity for me to actually share a few stories from our road to the World Cup that can help us to actually understand who we are. So I have some PowerPoint ready to go. And I have some notes. Let's see if I can stick with those notes. I think I already got a little bit off. Well, I really want to celebrate specifically those 23 young women who will have the privilege to put the shirt on and represent their country in 20 days. I can't believe it's happening. I can't believe it's only 20 days. And we will be back. We will be back here at Eden Park. We'll be back here playing against Norway, 7 p.m., July 20th. Put it on your calendar. I know what does it mean for them to put the shirt on. And they will fight. They will fight for the country. They will fight for New Zealand. They want to make the country proud. And I know that our journey was very amazing. And I want to share a few stories. few stories with you. So I remember, Andrew, when you called me, it was September 21, and that was very shortly after my announcement or appointment. And he was like, we have a chance to play Canada. I was like, oh, great. Okay, Olympic champions. It's their gold medal celebration in Canada. Nice. When? In 1 month. Okay. And there is another challenge. Nobody from New Zealand can travel because of COVID restrictions. But we made it. It happened. We played 2 games. And that was actually our start. That's how we started. And it shows a lot about this team and our approach. This team doesn't limit challenges. This team challenges limits. And that's part of us. That's who we are. And someone could be asking, like, why? Why is that? We have a lot of strong women in this team. And one of the examples is Rebecca Stott, who beat the Hodgkins, who inspired the world to fight for their lives. And we knew that our journey, am I off? I am already off. Yeah, we knew our journey is not going to be easy. It's not going to be. That was actually the first meeting with the team that was in Canada. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be a straight line. It's going to be a lot of ups and downs. And that's how it looked like. We had a lot of ups and downs. But again, we always bounced back. We always bounced back. That's her. That's the right moment. That's the right moment. And I'm sure all of us will remember this moment when Rebecca Stott came back and walked on the field with her number 6. Another story, our first win. Our first win. And I actually learned about this team that there is a lot of talent off the field, specifically on that bus ride and our bus karaoke. There's a lot of talent off the field. And that winning ice cream after the game tasted really, really sweet. And then we had a lot of games, and we had wins, we had losses. This team is always looking for what can we learn, how can we grow together. Doesn't matter about the result. Another highlight, after 4.5 years, this team came back home to play in front of their families, friends and fans. And that's when I've learned how much it means to those young women to be home, to be on their home soil, and to play for their families and for their friends and for their friends. And thank you, everybody, to set the record. We have now 12,721. And I want to just say, we will need you. We will need you to be behind us. You are so important for us. And please, let's set a new record. Let's set a new record. And if we look a little bit tired today, we spent just 9 weeks together. We just finished yesterday. And we worked bloody hard to make sure that we are ready for our amazing opportunity. In summary, we played 23 games. 16 of those games were against higher ranked opposition than us. We had 50 players that got called up we had 21 who came as a new players, and we have 14 new cups. And all those players who've been involved in this journey, they are going to be our 24th player on the roster. As well as all those 200 plus names that are written on this number. You who represented the country, New Zealand, in the past, you will be with us, you will be in our locker room, you will be you have a nice shirt that will always be with us. Doesn't matter where we are and who we play. So that is our journey, and it's my privilege to actually invite on the stage the first captain of football Ferns. Hold on, Barbara. Hold on. Hold on. I needed to introduce you, girl. The member of the team that beat USA, that won the Asian Cup in 1975. She has 2 beautiful daughters who represented New Zealand as well. One of them played with her in the team. And her late husband was the one who was driver. He started this journey. He started it. And he coached football Ferns as well. So, one and only, Barbara Cox!
Oh my goodness, that was a surprise. Thank you, Jitka. First of all, I would like to congratulate all the players who have been selected to play in what will be the most momentous occasion in the history of football in New Zealand. And I think I speak for all the football Ferns when I say we are delighted for the first time to be able to present those who have been selected with their shirts. It's a great honour, and I thank the players and Christy Hill for making this happen. I believe it is important to realise when you're selected that you're not alone. You're not an individual who just comes in the team, plays for a couple of years, or if you're unlucky, gets dropped and then you vanish and never to be heard of again. Women's football has roots, a history, a beginning, a whakapapa. And you are all part of that. And just as we are part of you, the current football Ferns, you will be part of football Ferns to come in the future. And it is together that we make an entity called women's football in New Zealand. Women's football has come a long way from its beginnings in 1921's, very shortly lived, to casual games in the 50s and 60s, to an organised sport for females in the early 70s, and finally the first national team in 1975. And I'm so delighted to see some of my fellow teammates here today. It's so nice after nearly 50 years. We have changed a little bit, I have to say. The opportunities today for you as players is amazing. You know, you not only get to be paid to play, not like in our days when it was the other way round. You have the opportunities to pursue careers in admin, in coaching, in broadcasting and refereeing. So make the most of these opportunities. And probably, don't forget, you can also travel the world And maybe the best of everything, you'll make friends that will last you a lifetime. So we, and I speak for all of the 200 plus Ferns, we wish you, the team, Jitka, your team officials, we wish you every best wish. And we are with you all the way. May fortune bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Barbara. Well, we are all for those 23 players here, and how I said, it's my privilege to announce the roster of 23 players who are going to represent New Zealand. Number 1, Erin Naylor.
And presenting to Erin this afternoon, former Fern from 1994's Rebecca Rolls. She presents the shirt. And presenting the silver Fern brooch is Erin's friend, Sarah.
Would you like to put tea? There you go.
We should be probably in the middle. Number 2, Ria Percival.
And presenting to Ria, former Fern from 1987, her first cap, Michelle Cox. And presenting the silver Fern brooch is Ria's mum, Dawn.
Number 3, Claudia Bunch.
And presenting to Claudia, former Fern from 2006, Caitlin Campbell, and the silver Fern brooch presented by her mum, Katrina.
Number 4, CJ Bott.
And presenting to CJ, former Fern, got her first cap in 2014, Steph Skilton, now Steph Cleave.
Number 5, Michaela Foster.
And presenting to Michaela, Captain 2009, former Fern, Hannah Wall. And presenting the silver brooch, it's Michaela's mum and dad, Lee and Ian.
It's allowed. Number 6, Malia Steinmetz.
And presenting to Malia, presenting her shirt, former Fern from 1993, it's Jill Corner, now Jill Gilmore. And presenting the silver Fern brooch, it's her grandma, Beverly.
Number 7, Ali Riley.
Katie Bowen is accepting on behalf of Ali and being presented.
Congrats, Ali Riley.
It's Fern, former Fern, Elaine Lee, first captain, 1975.
Congratulations. Thank you. Do you want to get a photo?
Yeah, sure. Number 8, Daisy Cleverly.
And presenting the shirt, former football Fern, first captain 2007, Emma Kitty. And Daisy also being presented her silver Fern brooch by her mum, Marion.
Number 9, Gabby Rennie.
And presenting the shirt, former Fern, first captain 1979, Julie Hogg. And the silver Fern brooch presented by her mum, Rachel.
Number 10, Annalie Longo.
Annalie's shirt is presented by former Fern, Barbara Cox, whose first cap was 1975. And presenting her silver Fern brooch, it's her dad, Paul.
From a little teen-year-old.
Number 11, Olivia Chance.
And Olivia's shirt has been presented by Marlies Oostum, now Marlies James, who was first captain 1996. And presenting her silver Fern brooch, it's her mum, Alison.
Number 12, Betsy Hassett.
And accepting on behalf of Betsy is Annalie Longo. And the shirt is being presented by former Fern Anna Green, who was first capped in 2006.
Number 13, Rebecca Stott.
And Rebecca has presented her shirt and her brooch by former Fern Christy Hill, who was first capped in 2008.
Number 14, Katie Bowen.
Katie's shirt is presented by former Fern Carol Knox, who made her debut in 1975. And presenting her silver Fern brooch is her nephew, Frankie.
I knew that might take longer. Number 15, Paige Satchel.
And presenting the shirt, former Fern Marilyn Marshall, who made a debut in 1975. And presenting the silver Fern brooch, it's Paige's mum and dad, Kathy and Mike.
Well done, Paige.
Number 16, Jackie Hent.
And presenting to Jackie, her shirt is former Fern Sandra Twynham, who debuted in 1975. And presenting her silver Fern brooch is her brother James.
Number 17, Hannah Wilkinson.
Hannah's shirt is being handed over by Amanda Crawford, who was capped in 1989. And her silver Fern brooch is being presented by her dad, Simon.
Number 18, Grace Jale.
Grace's shirt is presented by former Fern Amber Hearn, who first capped in 2004, and a silver Fern brooch is presented by her mum, Jane.
Number 19, Liz Anton.
Liz's shirt is presented by former Fern Yvonne Vale, who was first capped in 1994, and her brooch has been presented by her mum, Donna.
Number 20, India Paige Riley.
And presenting the shirt to India, former Fern Megan Lee, first capped in 2013, and India's mum Nicola is presenting the brooch.
Number 21, Vic Essen.
Vic's shirt is presented by former Fern Pam Yates, who was first capped in 2004, and her brooch is presented by her friend Mel Henry.
Number 22, Millie Clark.
Millie's shirt is presented by former Fern Michelle Cox, who made her debut in 1987, and presenting a brooch to Mum and Dad, Kylie and Michael.
Number 23, Anna Lied.
And a shirt is presented by former Fern Carol Waller, who made her debut in 1975, and the brooch presented by her dad, Stephen.
You'll be like me after a while, great. Congratulations. Thank you.
I would like to introduce even 3 of our training players. Kate Taylor. Michaela Moore. And Eva Collins. Ria. Here we go. I think it will be a great opportunity for our co-captain Ria Percival to say a few words to you guys.
I just want to start by saying a massive thank you to everyone for being here. I think for me, obviously being my 5th World Cup, I think to actually have all these former Ferns that have built this legacy for us to be here today, and for us to acknowledge and recognise all of you, because without all of you in this room, we wouldn't be where we are today. So thank you to all of you that are here today to celebrate this moment with us. To the girls, obviously, proud of you all. I think we've all worked hard, every one of us, and we want to thank obviously family and friends as well, because they're our biggest support network. And obviously for us, this World Cup is something huge that we obviously all dream of, and to have it on home soil, I think it's something I can't really explain, but we're just proud and we're ready to go. And for us, we really want to inspire the next generation coming through. I think that's a big point of ours for this World Cup, is to grow the game here in New Zealand, not just for girls, but for boys and for the younger generation, really. So I really want to inspire, and we want to thank everyone, and also just to say that we can't wait to really do well at this World Cup and make history for you all and make you all proud. So thank you very much.
Kia ora koutou katoa. I'm going to ask the squad to come up on the stage, and then I'll just say a few things. So please, could you come up on the stage, bring your shirts. I'm normally one of the short ones, so shorter ones in the front. For those of you that don't know, I'm Johanna Wood. I'm the President of New Zealand Football, but I'm also a FIFA Council member. So today is a very wonderful day to be able to present or to be part of this celebration as you are awarded your shirts and the announcement of the squad. As Andrew said, it was hard to believe that 3 years ago we were in lockdown, and winning the bid in the middle of the night was unbelievable. But we have 20 days to go, people. 20 days. And we will fill the stadiums and we will make our Ferns proud, because we are there supporting them. And we are very proud of you. I think one of the things that we have to remember, and Ria, you mentioned it, Andrew, you said it before, it's about the whānau behind. It's about our Ferns alumni, it's about our current Ferns and our future Ferns. And even if we aren't in that stadium, know that there are people who will be watching at home and around the world supporting you. So we are 100% behind you. We are very, very proud of you. We are grateful for our sponsors, Sky, Mikey, and what I'd like to say to you is kia kaha. Stay strong, wear the fern with pride, and we will support you all of the way. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, would you please put your hands together for the Ford Football Ferns 23 squad.